Peter.
Boom.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Live Connection podcast number 36. Today, I have here with myself, my name is Evan, this is Grayden, Jarrod, Erik, and at the desk over there, Peter on the secondary camera. Happy Chinese New Year, Year of the Rat, the year that we were all born in.
We're all rats.
We're all rats. This is a good year for us. But not a good time to be in Alberta because Alberta gets rid of all the rats. So we might be exterminated.
Is that not a good thing, though?
It means we're going to be dying. But
I found out today, or last week, on that topic, I am what's called a red rat.
What? You sure are.
You have red hair?
No, it's something to do with June.
Because you're a ginger.
June.
You're a
On my
ginger
birthday.
rat.
You're also a red rat.
Okay.
What
does that make me? A blue rat?
I don't care about your rat.
Red versus blue.
This is Erik and my rat.
Am I a pink rat? Am I...
Grayden seems like a green rat.
Yeah,
No.
Grayden's totally a green rat. What do you associate most with each color?
What?
You know, like when I say
it-
blue, what's the first thing?
Water.
that comes to mind?
Sky.
Boy.
Erik, you?
What did Grayden say?
No, I've thought
He
about
said
it.
boy.
Because they did all those gender reveals.
I've
on
thought
YouTube,
about it
like
too
the
much.
gender
Oh,
reveal
okay,
fails.
fair enough.
Okay. I want to hear Erik's because you guys got one, and then we'll hear from Erik for a color, and then Peter will go for you. Okay. So Erik, your color is pink.
Salmon.
Okay.
Nice.
Peter, your color is brown.
Poop.
Okay. Jarrod, your color is cayenne.
A nice sunny blue sky.
This game sucks.
I would have said peppers.
Ooh, so peppers. Why?
Cayenne
Cayenne
peppers.
peppers.
Yeah.
You-
But that's the word. I'm basing it on the
Yeah, I know.
color.
No,
You.
my brain is
bastard.
dumb.
Okay, Grayden, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when I say burgundy?
I don't know, wine.
Okay.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Peter, purple.
Barney.
Nice.
Oh,
Erik,
Jeez.
white.
Rip party.
Light.
Oh, okay.
You're right. This game sucks.
Yeah.
Sarah, red.
Fire.
A sun setting in the blue sky.
Damn it, that would have been so much better.
I wish I was with Geralt right now. Look at, not that Geralt on that TV. That one.
Geralt.
Just hanging out by a fire. That one.
Oh,
Looking at my
shit.
sword.
A
I
red
forgot.
fire?
I put Geralt on that TV over there.
Wow, very nice.
What?
Yeah.
Guys, I have some.
That's all I have to say.
Okay.
I have some news regarding Fortnite.
Oh, no.
I've done.
Oh my goodness.
That's my
Chapter
favorite video
2
game.
Chapter 2, Season 2 has been delayed.
And Winston finally
2
got an
weeks.
update?
Hmm?
Winston finally got an update?
In what? That's Overwatch. You.
What are
You
you
uneducated
talking
swine.
about?
I didn't. What's chapter 2, season 2? What does that even mean?
It means Chapter 2,
So-
Season 2.
It means they released an unfinished game.
Remember the black hole event?
Yes.
That was
So that was the end of Chapter 1. And then when they got to a new map, that's Chapter 2. So
it's like
Season 2 is
seasons
now-
in a season, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's like seasons of a different map that they play on.
Why do you need a season within a season?
So Epic can keep charging people.
Pretty much.
Well done. Yeah.
That sounds nice.
man,
Fair
I
enough.
have-
Yeah,
for
business.
for me personally, when I hop into a game and I see that the game's on season 27, I feel like I've missed out about a lot, and I feel like it becomes more intimidating to enter the game.
It's
What
also
if-
a
what
kids
if it
game.
was broken
It
down
doesn't matter,
for
Peter.
you?
I'm just saying, in a marketing perspective, wouldn't you agree? Where you have a higher season, you're less inclined to watch it. It's like podcasts. Like
I would love
Podcast
to jump in.
38, Our best podcast is podcast 1 because it's the beginning and it
Yeah.
gets better traction because of that. If we're on podcast 500, someone is less inclined to click on that because
So-
they're like, well, there's so much content prior to that I need to catch up on. There's no point.
It feels like jumping into like season 16 of a show and
Well-
just be like, I'll figure it out.
Yeah, exactly.
Grayden, can you put input with that Critical Role? Because that's long. There's a lot of that, but you've been watching it from the start.
That's. I'm gonna have to side with Evan in terms of Critical Role in that sense, because like it's a story that they play along, right? And it's a developing story that goes with time. So if you start at episode 50, you're gonna miss a lot of backstory
Yeah.
and lore and
That's definitely true. But like,
world building.
do you just like what? Do you just stop? Do you just do something new? Is that like?
Well, I think that like it doesn't stop people from still clicking on it and going back and watching it all, like I imagine you've done.
Well, working on it.
But
So-
it would prevent some viewers, like me. I've thought about getting into Critical Role, but then I think about I'm not gonna watch hundreds of hours of content just to get what's going on right now. It's tough in that situation, which is why they come up with new campaigns and they start anew.
I think it's more
a
about
new jumping ground for people, which
it-
is what I think these chapters are about.
Jarrod. You may speak.
Thank you. Yeah.
So nervous.
Oh yeah. I haven't got to.
I addressed him.
I'm Jarrod.
Why not just make the seasons longer and then have just some update content that gets added to them?
Each update is a new season.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I mean. So then they're like, it's not a drastic enough. If they're updates, it's not a drastic enough change to dedicate it as a season.
But again, they
What?
can chart like.
What
they're-
no,
if-
I
but the
get
whole
I get
point
that
of
they
the
can charge
seasons-
for it, but like you can still have updates, add things you can charge for.
Well, seasons are actually fairly long. I think a season runs as long as a quarter does.
Yeah,
So-
something or maybe a little bit less than that, but it's definitely
And-
2-3 months.
And
So
the
why not-
idea
why not
of the
change them?
seasons is because they have a ranking system. Is that it resets everyone back to 0, and so you start your ranks just like in Overwatch. When the season was over, the new season would come out. You got your awarded for whatever rank you were at, and then you get to start fresh with everybody else.
So why not do half a year?
Jared, I don't know why. You're
Well, I no no.
arguing
I'm
this.
trying. No, I'm trying. I'm not trying. I'm not trying to.
explaining why they do it.
Why don't
You're
you-
just like,
why don't-
well, why don't they do it this way?
I know.
instead?
I'm saying if they were so worried about people saying, "Oh, I don't want to jump into it because it's so far along," why not just make them longer so there's less seasons? It's still the same amount of time elapsed, but it's less
Because
seasons.
people still want that. People in it want the new content. They want the new season. They want it to keep pushing forward. That's why, games like Apex Legends almost die out because the fan base starts getting mad because there are no updates. You got to find the perfect balance where you're not updating it too frequently to feel like you're having people be left behind, but you got to update it enough where the people that are actually playing it feel like the game is actively changing and that they're getting a somewhat new experience with every update. And it's a consistency.
Yeah, but I've seen like Siege does every half year, I think, and their fan base doesn't seem to dwindle because of it.
Well, I mean, Siege has a more solidified fan base. Like, they've been around for how many years now?
Yeah, but so is Fortnite. Siege is only on season like 8 or 9 or something like that. Season 7 maybe.
I don't know. I think it works in some industries and some, like, it's like any case study. Like, it doesn't.
Yeah.
It's not going to work out in every scenario.
Fair enough. I just think of with Fortnite. I don't think Fortnite has to worry. I think you could literally fire off a season every 10 days and people would probably be like, "Oh my god, the new season's coming
Listen,
out."
people would eat the shit out of it.
Yeah.
All I can tell you is that I can't wait for Chapter 2, Season 3, Episode 4, Part 1 of Fortnite. This,
for the low price of $7.99.
Hey, but it's
For
all
each
free.
season,
That's the
chapter,
main
and
thing.
part.
It's all free. It's just except for buying the battle passes.
If you play it enough, you get the next battle pass for free.
And no one ever
Yes.
does.
No, people do.
people.
I
people
managed
I've
to get
never-
Apexes for. I got like actually a couple seasons for free.
Jay upstairs just got his and Modern Warfare for free.
Jay upstairs. Video,
That's his last name.
Video playback Jay.
I've been twiddling my thumbs about getting the battle pass for Rocket League because I've been like, I've been playing it fairly consistently for like the last month and a half. I feel like I can safely get this thing and like feel like it was worth it.
I'd
you
say do
regularly
it
play.
once. Like, I enjoy doing it like every now and then if I'm really into a game or something. But
So like this is, I mean, Siege is very specific, but like when they do their season releases, they do they'll bring out 2 operatives with each season, and those operatives, I mean, you can either buy those operatives or like at the end of the year buy the season pass for those operatives. Like season 4 has different operatives released, and then you can either buy them all at once or you can just leave them and then play the game and you can earn points to buy them. Like they make it very accessible. I mean, if you're very impatient, yeah, it's gonna take a bit because it's like 35,000. I don't know what their currency is called. I've been playing that game long enough, but I still don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
But anyways, they have their currency, and it's like you can use it to buy the operative if you want. Like I do that all the time. Like I think I bought the collector's edition for PC because I've been playing on an Xbox for a while, and then since I did that, I haven't bought a single operative pack with money. If I see an operative, if I'm playing the game and someone's facing me and I see an operative that I'm like, man, that's kind of kicked my ass. It'd be kind of nice to do the same to someone else. Then I'll save up my points and buy that operative. Because I mean, for that game, I mean, there's like skins and shit. They do the same idea. But I don't really spend money on skins. I'm like, if I get it in a random free pack that they give you, I get it.
You're happy with that.
Because I mean, I don't find that I really look at my skins on that game. Because it's first person, so it's not even like I can enjoy them. I can enjoy other people's skins when I look at them, but myself, I'm like, oh look, I can kind of see an angle on my gun.
You guys pay money.
I see the skin when I put it on. Cool.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Apex is first person, and it's still nice to get that.
You can see your arms though, like when you have the colored
I'm sure
ones.
Jarrod can see his arms
No,
and see.
you can't. I make that sound like they actually hide it, but to me, it's just not. Like Erik said, it looks really nice when you have it displayed, the whole gun. But as soon as you have like a top-down version of it, it's kind of Like,
yeah,
it looks decent, but not enough for me to be like, oh, I need to go buy this skin to get it.
I don't think you need to be able to see your whole character. I mean, even think about back in Halo. You cared about what your character looked like. I mean, every time you died, quite
did.
often you saw it. But
I cared about my character a lot
yeah,
and its appearance.
yeah. Of course, we all did. We all tried to get recon.
I always played as a
One of
guest on
us-
Grayden's
only one of us
Xbox, so
got it.
I cared about whatever his person looked like.
It's all just bragging rights.
Yeah.
Cosmetics.
Big
Yeah.
dick energy. That's all it's about.
Mm-hmm.
I just keep getting all the Canadian skins for my guns on Siege when I can.
it's using your location.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think as far as like customization goes, I think Rocket League like is my favorite for how you can customize.
Well, you can also
your
see your entire character the entire time.
Well, no, but like the customization features in it are just really cool.
Is there a
I
first
love
person mode on Rocket League?
Probably puke if you.
Well, that's why
lot.
that's why I was asking. I was like, could you imagine how hard it would be to hit the ball when you're like underneath? You're like, I think it's there.
Well,
Then
it's
you ju-
already hard to hit the ball when you're
Oh no,
underneath
trust me,
it.
I know.
You have
You've
to
seen
flip
me
back
play.
and forth between the camera to like figure out exactly where you are. I've actually substantially improved. I am hot on my way to diamond.
Oh,
I'm in gold. I'm gold 2 right now in 3-on-3, and I'm gold. Well, I stopped playing 2-on-2 for a while, so I'm still in silver. But I consistently win, which means I'll get to gold eventually if I keep doing it.
Are you a pro Rocket League
I'm
player?
getting better, dude. I can do aerials like no one's business now. I'm sick.
Oh, you have to
sick.
prove
I'm
it.
getting better.
It's like
sweet.
so going off of this kind of conversation, what is everyone's favorite competitive game they've ever played? Like something you've ranked and you're like, I really
Chess.
care about my Shut up.
Shut up, Peter.
I enjoy chess.
Shut up, Grayden. Video game. No.
Yeah, video game.
Computer chess.
Not computer or checkers.
Like
I really enjoy Apex. I mean, I don't play it, but I have fun with it. I feel like I'm competent enough where I can, like, do my best.
Mhm.
And then Rocket League. Those are like my 2 go-tos. Smite's fun. It's
We
fun.
haven't. I want to play
Smite
some
is
more Smite. Every
fun
time I
as
ask
hell.
everyone to play Smite, everyone's like, I don't want to play Smite.
I would like to represent Matt and say Pokemon.
Yeah.
Everyone could just bring their Switch and play Smite on the Switch.
Probably
And
plays like
link their
ass.
coin.
And Jarrod doesn't have online.
It wouldn't play like ass. It's
I don't have online.
get it.
It's Unreal
So
Engine.
simple.
Actually, it definitely does because it's Unreal Engine. Probably doesn't play like ass, but it probably looks like ass.
Yeah.
Isn't it
Unreal Engine
cross-platform?
on the Switch sucks because Rocket League on the Switch sucks.
Isn't it cross-platform?
Rocket League? Yeah.
No, Smite.
Oh,
Yeah,
I can give it a
it's-
Google.
Wouldn't
maybe.
isn't okay? This is my question. Well, okay, let's finish this one and then I'll ask the next question. So let's competitive games.
Apex, I guess, for me. I would like to do Pokemon or Smash, like competitive, but
It's too much.
it's a lot of work. And the Smash community is absolute ass.
Smite does have crossplay across all platforms: Xbox, Nintendo, Switch, PC, and now PS4.
I don't know. I don't really get competitive in games like that. The last thing I was like serious about was probably Halo 3 and Lone Wolf.
What about Overwatch?
Halo 3 Lone Wolf was.
You played
boys
enough.
became
I played
men.
enough with you guys, but like competitive as in just me getting competitive
Okay.
into things? No. Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Peter.
Probably Apex, I guess. I don't know. Modern Warfare 3, I was on a fucking path to be really good, and I achieved it for a little bit.
You cheated for a little bit?
I
What?
achieved it.
Cheated?
Oh.
I did not cheat. No,
Peter.
my
God
hands
damn
are
it.
clean. No
Hashtag
modded
fire
controller.
Peter.
Hashtag fire Peter. Pyre
this
feeder.
Peter.
Wow.
Can't even say my name.
Pyre feeder.
Peter.
Pumpkin eater.
Peter Piper went to Piper to eat a Peter Piper.
Penis pepper.
Penis pepper.
No one thinks this is funny.
No.
Yeah, you're right, Peter. You're no joke.
I would, for me, I would say Siege. The only issue I have with Siege, and I kind of understand why they do it this way. Oh, a couple issues. The community's absolute trash. Like, there's such a toxic community. Even like you go play competitive and you have like a bad game. Everyone has a bad game. You're just like
I think
ridiculed. But then but then even they'll be like, oh, go back and play casual. Then you're like, okay, I'll go play casual. Work on my skills. In casual, like, get out of here. Go play situations or go play terrorist hunt because you suck. And it's just casual gameplay. But I mean, I wish they had included more game modes. Like in the casual, they have things. They have capture the point. They have hostage rescue, bomb. In competitive, it's only bomb, which makes sense because it has the most diversity to it, and it's the most. You can have a team that can plant the bomb, but it doesn't mean they've won. Whereas in capture the area,
search and destroy.
Yeah. Whereas in capture the area, it's like you can still capture it. If you capture it, you win. It doesn't matter. So it's. I get what
thing,
I get why they do it because it adds more for competitive gameplay on a elite level when they do like the World Esports series. But I don't know. I think it'd be nice to have some other game modes other than that.
Yeah, but I guess it's true for like a lot of different esports, like Smite. It's only the main.
The Conquest one.
Yeah, Conquest stuff like that. Even Overwatch. Actually, I don't know if that's true.
Overwatch uses all three of its
does
game
it?
modes
Okay, yeah.
for the competitive because that adds to the the chess of it, the strategy. It's like, oh, it's this, pick these, blah blah blah. I mean, Rocket League has multiple modes, but their esports league is specifically 3-on-3.
Oh.
On like regular Rocket League. It's
I didn't know
hoops,
that.
It's not fucking snow day. God damn it. But I think
should be.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I think a lot of competitive games have toxic communities. I think it's just naturally because like I was thinking about it the other day. Like I was playing Rocket League. Like I've been working so hard to get towards Diamond, and then I just get paired with just incompetent idiots who are just chasing the ball and everything, and then you're like I've been working so hard. I feel like I have to play at the top of my game to make it through these things. And like, how are these guys the same rank as me? And they're damaging my rank. Look at them go.
I can't see them, Evan. They're not here.
I get the frustration that people feel when like they're playing a game and it seems like, and you have a teammate that sucks, and of course you want to give them the benefit of the doubt that it's like, oh, maybe they're just having a bad game, but then you're also just like, you're fucking this up for me, all right? So play better, or I swear to God. And the only thing you can do is talk shit to them, because what else do you do? Give them motivation? Like, you can do it, buddy. You're like, no, stop chasing the ball, you idiot.
Hello, Democratic Cat.
The other day I had to literally stop playing and type in the chat with my stupid Xbox controller. It's just like, stop chasing the ball. Can someone please play net? Because I just sat there in net and I tried to rotate forward, and then they would just, no, we're not going in net. They just keep
Sounds
going.
like Evan's a
See,
toxic player.
See, chasing, I get it. Like the thing with Siege is like now that I'm playing in Diamond 1 and 2, I kind of fluctuate between those two. Trying to get up into the top tiers. Which Diamond already for casual play is top rank. Like everyone past that's all on a professional team or whatever. But it's like even on that stuff, you can make like a mistake like gets peaked, or you go around the corner and someone just happens to have a faster trigger finger. Yeah. That's the kind of stuff that Siege players, because if you die, you watch the other players, and of course it's always the best when you're the last one alive, and then you maybe you'll get like 1 or 2 kills, and then all of a sudden you die really bad, like it's just a shitty mistake, or you just weren't thinking, and then they're like, oh, you're shit, and it's like everyone's got like 0, 0, 0, 0. You got like 2 kills, and you're just like, hello.
You're the ones that died.
But like that is the Siege community. Like there's a guy the other day when I was playing that was bottom. Like everyone else had like 7 or 8 kills, so it was pretty even both teams. We were on 3-on-3, and we're going on our overtime matches. And I think I was the last one alive, and I almost aced it. I killed 4 of the 5 other guys, and I had like no health. I had like 5 health, and that game's already unforgiving for health.
Yeah.
And I got killed. Like I ran into a Capcom trap, which is really stupid. That was my dumb mistake, but I was rushed because the timer was going out. And the guy at the bottom of our ranks who had 0 kills and had died every single match was just lighting up the chat. And I'm like, are you fucked?
Like, are you like, I'm sorry, who are you?
Like, I was like, I understand. It was a bad play. But it's like, I don't know. I feel like unless you're playing at that professional level, I don't understand getting super pissed. Like, I don't know. I've played matches. I fluctuate all over the place. This is the first season I broke diamond.
Yeah.
And then even up there, you run into players where you're like, how are you this level? Like you were carried or something.
Yeah, you got just like great teammates every time.
Yeah, so it's rough, but I still never understood the whole like absolutely rip someone to shreds over a chat. It's like you're playing a game. Like you're not playing for money.
Yeah, but it's not fun unless you make someone cry.
Oh.
Yeah.
You know, to go back on the whole toxicity thing, now that I've been thinking about it more, I wanted to retract my statement. I don't think every competitive game has a toxic community. Just because people are talking shit in the chat, I don't think that makes you toxic. I think when we look at the Smash Bros community in general, that one is toxic because you actively have people going outside the game to continue to shit on each other and just do terrible things to other people. I think that's what makes a toxic community. Getting upset over a game, everyone does it. Everyone talks shit. Everyone gets pissed at being talked shit too. So.
I remember seeing some dude brought his mom to a tournament, just to have his mom there, support him. People, they don't like that. They're like, imagine bringing your mom to a tournament and then just getting having her watch you get your shit kicked in. What an idiot. It's like, it's just having his mom support him.
Yeah, it's like, I'm sorry, when you played Timbit soccer and freaking had a hockey game, did you just say, oh no, mom and dad, we're probably going to lose this one, stay home? It's like, well, don't you need a ride to get there? You're 10 years old.
It's like, you're allowed to have support. The Smash community is just a shitty community. Well, and that's just for that reason. They go outside of the game to shit on people. It's like, what the
that's just going too far.
Yeah, well, they're professionals. They're the top of the line professionals in that community are just horrible people and like sexually assaulting people, like literally falsifying, like making false accusations towards each other. Like they're just terrible. That's what makes it toxic.
Well, and that's, like I said, the Siege community is known as a toxic community. Like, that's not in gaming. That's a well-known toxic community. And it's a lot because of that exact thing. Like, you'll get messages outside a game. You'll get people following you outside a game. There's a lot of shit where people will wreck ranked matches. Not like they'll go and drop rank just to play lower to shit on people. So it's a lot of guys that are taking advantage of how the system works for the game and then using that to just be assholes, essentially.
Yeah. That's why I've gone just for a lot of mainly casual multiplayer. Like, if I feel like multiplayer, I'll just put in, like, Battlefront 2. And then just play a match of Galactic Conquest or whatever, and,
Yeah, well, and that's... They, in their most recent update, Siege put in an unranked match. So it's like you play like a ranked match, but it doesn't impact your rank. Like, lose or win, it doesn't impact it. It's for people trying to get better at that game mode and trying to get better at that whole style of a fight. You have to win by 2 or get first to 5 or something like that. Yeah.
While we're on the topic of bitching about stuff, I'm gonna skew us a little bit. I hate group chats, especially those. Or like there's two. Like there was one just right now, just 2 people just talking. Just going back and forth in the group chat. Fucking text each other. I don't care about your fucking conversation. Go away. I
Old
get
man
fucking
Grayden.
notifications on my phone all the goddamn time.
Man, Grayden.
Oh, it's such a pain in the ass.
Shows his
no,
ugly
listen.
head.
So,
I'm going to show you the mute function.
yeah, I was about to say,
no,
yeah.
I'm familiar with it, but I'm in the middle of a podcast.
I have to agree with Grayden. Like I use the mute function quite a bit on chats. There's like when you get into so many group chats and then it's just every time there's a conversation going on and you're just like, and all your phone's just going off repeatedly. There's a point where you're just like, fuck this, ignore.
I can look at all these memes later.
Yeah,
like-
exactly.
Yeah, I'm still in a lot of WhatsApp groups with from my fraternity.
Oh, yeah.
And I just don't open the app. I see it there. I look at it and it says 400 notifications. I'm like, Jesus Christ, man.
It's
I
too-
do not want to go in there.
You've gone too far.
Yeah.
Like, now
And,
it's...
I've been almost graduated for a year, so half the guys in there now, I don't even know who they are. So
Yeah.
I'm just like, I gotta leave, but I'm like, you gotta find the right timing. Usually you wait till other people leave, so you have a little exodus.
Someone's got to start the train.
Yeah, I guess. Hey, so
You could be that person.
I was gonna say I'm usually the one that's just like, I'm tired of this. Goodbye.
Yeah. I've thought about that a lot. But groups that I'm actively I need to be here, but it's just sometimes I'll leave. I just want to leave.
Bye.
As soon as it's done its purpose, I leave. Like, I don't even care what the chat is. As soon as it's done, like if it's a group project chat or whatever, I'm like, as soon as I'm done the project, I'm like, bye.
so
That's
if live.
how we'll know live connection is done.
Yeah,
just
so if
if I
live
leave.
connection
Just leave.
ends, are you just like, it doesn't matter all the great memories we had? Maybe keep the group chat alive so we can say hi to each other, send memes to each other. You're
Jared's
like,
out.
well, purpose is done. Sorry, boys, I'm out.
We're dead
See
at
ya.
that point.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm
Never
glad.
So-
I'm glad this means
Come back
something to
into
you.
contact.
Two things.
Yes, Peter.
One, Blake says, Ayo.
Ayo.
Blake.
Ayo.
And Democratic Cat, he asks, would you rather get glass in your hand or glass in your foot?
Glass in my hand or
Hand.
foot?
Yeah.
Hand.
100% hand.
Easily hand.
You always see, case study, Bruce Willis and Die Hard. You don't want glass in your feet, man.
That's true.
Did you read something on case studies and now you're like, I need to reference this
This is my
this
benchmark.
research style
You just learned the
case
word.
study person group and you can do any of it.
Listen, man, I just is there anything wrong with a word of the day calendar? Are you making fun of me? I'm clearly trying to learn the English language better, and
Clearly not.
add fuck you. You son of a bitch.
Good memes.
Give me your back. I'll give you some.
No.
I'll give you some micro
No.
fractures.
Don't.
Oh man.
Oh, this Democratic Cat, this one's going to be easy. Would we rather never have Wi-Fi or never have watches?
Watches.
Watches.
I watched
Watches.
him fuck red off.
Yeah.
Oh, even old man Grayden says watches.
I love watches.
But how do you go without the internet?
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
I mean that wouldn't work
In a
without
time
Wi-
that's
or-
very
wait,
bent
wait,
around the internet,
Wi-Fi.
yeah, you
Do-
couldn't really.
We still get LTE, boys. We don't need Wi-Fi.
unlimited data plan.
Okay, I have an interesting question.
All right.
I've been listening to a lot of podcasts recently.
Like the LC
about,
podcast.
the LC
Check out any
Check out the
podcast.
LC podcast that you're watching right now. Links in the description below. Subscribe to us, follow us, give us some money. But more importantly, join our community. Keep it simple. Community. Join our Discord.
Like the Discord's
Link to
pretty good.
Discord. Lots of memes.
Very inclusive.
It might die every couple days, but you know what? There'll still be memes.
No one laughed at
CPR.
mine.
Anyways, my thought was, because of the podcast I've been listening to, a lot of it has been finance related, and I've been thinking about the 2008 financial crisis and everything, and
The Big Short.
and now I've come to this question where, so Canada has a population of around 30 million people.
Prove it.
What
Count
what
them.
do you think would happen to Canada's economy, the good things that could happen or the bad things that could happen, if every single person in Canada was given $500,000 just out of some guy just won the mega jackpot and won $20 quadrillion and was like, you know what I'm gonna do with this money? Give every single Canadian $500,000.
Okay.
Oh wait,
Go on.
never mind. He's just wait.
He's not that
I
generous.
guess technically the money would still, it's coming from that same economy and then going back into it. So I guess it wouldn't have an effect.
He won
okay.
a billion trillion
No, but
pesos in
you
Mexico.
could have effect because people, depending on who uses it and what they use it for, they could build up the economy
distributed differently throughout the country.
I would say
So
for
what do
the
you
most
think would
part,
happen?
I'd say for the most part, you wouldn't see much of a difference. There's probably a small percentage of people that would use that money wisely and not just blow it immediately on some really material things. So just like any kind of lottery, like there's maybe I have no statistics, but there's probably a handful of people that have used the lottery wisely and haven't blown the money.
If you win the lottery, you could literally set yourself up for like
Life,
not only the rest of your life, but probably your kids and your grandkids' life if you put it in the right places. But like, what would happen? Like, you have literally you, me, him, everyone watching this. If you're in Canada, if you have $500,000 all of a sudden to do anything you want with investments, you could go buy a car, you could go do anything, buy houses.
I definitely.
Is this like a huge like a steroid? You're just injecting our economy with this massive influx of money that just pumps it up, but then because all of it happens at once and it's not sustainable, it causes like a mega crash because like then it just goes boom. Like, what would happen? I don't know enough about
I think
economics.
Well, I think you would see a minor spike in people saying, you know what, I got a lot of money now, I'll go get a treat, and then so there'll be more spending. But there are definitely going to be idiots who spend all their money, but there are also going to be very smart people who save all their money. So
but
I think there's going to be more people that just spend it.
I was going to say, I agree with Evan on the fact that you'd see a spike and then a decrease rapidly because of the fact that I think the people who would waste the money and just return it to where it came from, which is our economy. I mean, essentially that's a cycle, right? Your economy is fed by the cycle, and then hopefully something gets added to the cycle so your economy gets better. But
like every single person's getting this money. So like you walk in to the car dealership to go buy this car. And now all of a sudden, this guy who was going to sell you this car, well, he just made $500,000 too. He didn't show up to work today because he doesn't care anymore. He's going to go do something with that money. So like you're not only having like the consumers have that money, but the people that are trying to make money are getting that too. And like, you're going to have people quitting. You're going to have people starting brand new businesses. Like, it's just going to be a shit show, man. Like
first thing first,
is it going to
$500,000 in today's economy would not be enough for someone to be like, I'm quitting my job.
Unless you worked at like Burger King or
but
something.
like, think about it. $500,000 for the majority of the population is over 10 years of working.
Yeah.
Like, that's a lot of money. And for someone that, like, you know, lives paycheck to paycheck, $500,000, you will feel like you can quit your job, man. You'll be like, fuck yeah, I'm done here.
You'd be really stupid to quit your job.
Yeah, but I feel like
with $500,000, you'd be really fucking stupid to quit your job.
Point is, I'm trying to make is all this, there's going to be a lot of changes. So like, I don't know would it be, do you think it would end up being a positive thing in general? Or do you think it would cause we end up in like 10 years down the road worse than where we would be?
Well, again, it depends on what the 10% decide to invest in.
I think it would be like a really messed up BKG. We're just like,
yeah, but like you could, yeah, okay. Let's say like 75% of the population goes and be stupid and just quits their job and tries to start a business or try to. I mean, that's not necessarily stupid. Maybe the business works out, but let's go with like the general consensus that not everyone can start a business. So we go and they spend their money on something. They start a business. They buy a fucking stupid big house. They waste their money. Whatever. It's gonna cause a massive spike. Depending on what the other 25% of people decide to do with it, could determine how bad the fallout from that spike is going to be. Like if you have the 25% invest wisely and build the economy and add to it and not just continue the cycle, then you'll probably see it go up, down a little bit, and then probably come up and even up a little bit higher than where it started at baseline.
What are you giggling about over there, Peter?
Insomniac arrived in the chat and he's like, is this the old man economy hour? And then after a while goes by, he's like, Eric's face says it all. And I look at his face and it was just So on point.
But you see what I mean, right? Like it literally depends more on the 25% than the other majority. Because yeah, they're gonna spike it immediately, but the small percentage is gonna determine where we end up, not where we're going. It's no different than the most wealthy usually control a lot of the economy just because they control most of the money flow.
Right.
So that's exactly what it would come down to, is what would the most wealthy do with that money? And I mean, in an ideal world, everyone would spend it wisely and we'd have such a prosperous...
If everyone did do that, like, our economy would just go...
They'd be like, it's coming down soon. 10 years later,
yeah. But... yeah, I thought it'd just be an interesting.
Can I bring?
An interesting brain activity.
Can I bring up something that might spark a little bit of a argument here?
Sure.
Hey, Peter, how far into the podcast are we?
I believe we're about 35 minutes.
Okay, we're in 35 minutes, and at the beginning of the podcast, Evan's argument about having his computer here was it looks more professional and he can do stuff. He hasn't changed screens once.
No, He's been upcoming movies.
He's looking at the same thing.
Thank you.
Look, I'll look up something right now.
I have made multiple searches. You have me here at the command station, and I'm just thrown aside.
Well, have you been adding to the conversation?
I've been chatting to all the people in the chat. We got a big audience today.
All right, this is not the place to have an argument.
Okay, I'm bringing it back to the economy because it's important.
Yes, what everyone wants.
I think we could replicate this scenario in a video game. Say you take take RuneScape for an example. Like, and it's a MMO. And it has a player-driven economy system, right? The grand exchange, prices will fluctuate based off of supply and demand. I think it's a very simple economy that they have in there. But just give everyone in there like 500 million gold coins.
They go spend it. It's a video game. They don't need to save, so they just go spend it. That's what happens.
I'm gonna change this up. We're playing Sims 5 now. It's coming out soon.
Player economy.
Listen,
I don't
shut
understand what's happening here.
We're playing Sims.
We were talking about like
Jarrod.
economics that we're trying to now relate to video games.
All right, we're playing Jurassic World Evolution, and you're building your theme park.
I like dinosaurs.
Every Jurassic World park gets $500,000.
Don't they get that anyways?
Which
What about Lego studs?
Look at this. This just in. Money.
Money.
This just in. Money.
We can't see it.
Researched money.
We can't see it.
This money. Evan, he's done the research.
Evan, what you've brought up just made me think of the South Park episode where like aliens come down and it's like they have a bunch of space money.
Yeah.
So they end up killing the aliens and taking the space money.
Yeah.
And then the alien police come and they're like, "Hey, we're looking for this space money." And they're like, "Oh shit, we don't know where it is." And it just ends up being a test and the aliens are like, "Yeah, that money literally has no value to you. It's space money. Why are you saying this was a test to make it like to see if you're welcome in the like Galactic Federation? You're not. You're blocked off. You're a retard."
Yeah, and then they put the isolation cube around the earth.
Yeah, and it's like they're cut off from like any communication from like the galaxy.
Isn't it weird how we give monetary value to a piece of paper with a number on it?
I think it's cool, man. All of
Evan, you capitalist.
literally
encouraging him, Jarrod.
Do you know how much of our society is based off of things that don't actually exist? Like our whole world is driven by imaginary ideas, you know?
Well, they're not imaginary because they're ideas that are actually happening.
No, but they're made up.
They're given.
They don't like
everything's made up.
We give them. We cause them to exist because we all actively believe in them, but they don't actually exist. Without us, they don't exist.
It's like that Rick and Morty episode where Rick changes the value of the dollar to zero.
You could say that for everything, though.
No, you can't say that for everything.
That's like a literal philosophical idea of like
this is value, and then but we choose to give it value.
Yeah,
so
but
that means everything.
A building that protects you from the environment, with or without us, is still a structure that protects you from the environment. A dollar bill that has the value of $1 has no value once we are gone. It's just a piece
Neither does the
of
building.
paper.
If we're gone, the building doesn't protect anyone.
No, the building can still protect animals. It can still protect things that don't have conscious thoughts.
But so can a tree.
Jarrod, I don't know why you always argue with me on this stuff. What is your argument here?
Well, no, I'm just
saying that
I'm saying
you can say that about anything, and you're wrong. You can't say that about everything.
Well, money drives.
This laptop
They're
will
not
still
getting
be
the
a
message.
laptop that has electronic components in it that creates web pages on it and shows screens without humans here. If we all disappeared, this picture of money will not be valuable anymore.
If we weren't here,
No,
these
no,
bombs
the picture
are
wouldn't
minerals in the ground.
exist without us because Wi-Fi wouldn't exist.
Okay, no, but Wi-Fi is physically a thing.
So is money.
No, it's not though.
It's paper.
The paper is.
There's
but
metal.
The value of it is imaginary.
Metal coins do have a different value. They are not imaginary, yet they
Doesn't
are money.
matter. The value that they have is imaginary.
How? How can it just be imaginary?
Oh my
it doesn't
lord! A
actually
news
have
story!
value.
Holy shit! Where'd that come from?
Fallout 76 robbery victims say Bethesda gave them all their stuff back, plus more. Who cares?
Enough about video games.
We're throwing it
Talk
back.
about the real economy here.
These are probably the people that spent $100 on Fallout
I love Evan and my arguments.
year one or whatever.
No, you are wrong in saying that you can say that about everything.
No, you're saying something
This
has value.
table is physically here and physically exists. The idea of money does not exist.
Yeah, but a metal coin is still made of a mineral.
doesn't
No,
matter.
listen. It's still made out of a mineral and metal, and it gives structure to a certain layer in the earth, which means it does have value if humans do not interact with it.
No, it doesn't have monetary value.
Well, neither does the building protecting from an environmental disaster.
No, it protects animals. It
But
can
that's
protect
not monetary.
It can still protect physical
You said
things.
monetary.
Children,
Solve a
children.
point.
Quiet in class. Peter has a
Yeah.
It
question.
doesn't have a monetary
chair-
value anymore.
the chair
Right.
recognizes
Because
Peter.
That value is given to it.
Then what's your argument with the rocks?
I need a gavel.
I'm saying that we have things. Shut up, Peter. We have actual things. The economy, which doesn't actually exist.
What?
The economy that doesn't actually exist has a physical effect on the world. Because we allow it to.
Shot with a water pistol.
Peter. What? So Jay can talk about fucking medicine for 40 minutes last podcast, but we can't talk about the goddamn economy for 1 goddamn minute?
One. Do I need to install another 5-minute rule like Matt's? 5-minute economy talks only per podcast?
You have Temtem on your computer right there. You want to talk about shitty games?
I want to talk about Fallout 76. I do want to talk about
another
shitty
shitty
games. Yeah.
This is redonkulous.
Before we move too far away about that, though, the Prince Harry and Queen Princess Diana or whatever her name is, moving to Canada. Yeah, I saw something that was funny. It's like no matter how far you go to try to escape the Queen, she's always going to be following you in your wallet.
Yeah, I saw that too. It's like imagine being Prince Harry and on every single dollar bill in Canada, you see your disappointed grandmother.
All right, Fallout 76, Peter. What do you got?
You know what? I'm just gonna. You know what?
Okay.
Every time someone talks about something on this podcast that I don't like, I'm just gonna be a dick from now on. I'm gonna not pay attention. I'm not gonna contribute. I'm gonna squirt them with guns because you know what?
The people spoke, Evan.
It's all about
The people were like, stop! Stop him!
why.
The people have spoken.
Eric, what do you want to talk about?
Eric's dead. Look at Erik. Look at him. Insomniac says blink if you're alive.
No, this is dumb.
Oh God.
I want to talk about the economy. I'm gonna look up the
Okay,
economy.
you want
right
your
now.
own off-brand economy podcast?
Did you know what the economy means?
The Daily Dollar with Evan?
Do you know?
Can you put us in little boxes
I like
and all around the
Peter. Can we have the
economy?
Daily Toonie instead?
Economy comes from the Greek words for household and manage.
I hate this podcast.
All right, Peter. Yeah, let's talk about Temtem. Yeah, Temtem. Yeah.
No, we're not
Temtem.
talking about Temtem.
Temtem.
But we
Cool.
could.
We talked about it. moving on. Let's talk about Fallout 76. Oh, Bethesda did something good for their viewers, and now everyone thinks that they're getting better. Hey, spoiler alert, they're not getting better, and they're a shell of what they used to be, and they're a piece of shit corporation, and Todd Howard is going to try to convince you otherwise, and if you believe him, you're a fucking idiot. So, moving on. Next one. Economy. Welcome back.
There's rumors of Knights of the Old Republic reboot.
There is actually. I've also heard
Todd Howard, you're a fucking idiot.
Wait, is that Bethesda?
Yes.
Yeah, don't trust it. It's going to be shit. They're going to fucking not put NPCs in it.
That'd be BioWare.
Yeah, BioWare. See, we're good. BioWare
Are-
was to
are we
produce the
good?
next Star Wars.
No.
Hey, go check out our video, BioWare to produce the next Star Wars game.
I hope not.
What?
I hope they don't.
You know
I
the
hope.
video that you made, Jared?
I know. I'm saying to Peter. He said no.
I don't really trust
Send
BioWare's
Evan
team.
cyanide in the mail.
I don't trust Peter's team.
They don't know where I live, so
I also
they
wouldn't
will.
trust my game dev team because I don't have one.
I don't trust your choices.
Aren't you part of my team
should get a
technically?
PO
Aren't we?
box.
No, dude, please, no.
No, we should get a PO box.
Peter's house will be the PO box.
No, it absolutely will not.
We'll give the address and everything.
Hey, Google.
You activated my Google.
Drive the live connection economy.
Yeah. Hey,
So what about this Fallout 76? What happened?
Oh, I just want to make a blanket statement that if
I'm
you
trying to-
if you don't care about the economy, burn all your money in your bank account right now. So
How do I burn a digital
It doesn't
thing?
exist though.
because it
Evan.
doesn't exist, so you can't burn it.
Does that mean gambling addictions don't exist?
No, I'm saying you, Jared is. I swear to fucking God, you like you. When you learned about debating and arguing with people, the only words that stuck in your head was straw man arguments and red herrings, and then that's just all you do. That's just your tactic.
No, I just read the group I'm arguing
Oh, you
with.
think rocks are cool? Well, what about water?
Not too much water.
Guess you
though.
hate water, don't you?
And be sure
I
to
guess
drink
because you don't like
raw
water, you hate rocks, hey?
No, I just like to egg on people. And if I'm bugging them, it makes it more fun.
Is this the last LC podcast?
You know what?
We're actually having a member leave today.
You know what that
His name is Peter.
Hashtag fire Peter.
You know what Jared just said that sparked inspiration in me?
Oh no.
What did you just say? You said you like to egg on people? Hey, Peter, egg.
It hit me too late. I was like,
That would have been good though. That would have been good time.
why, Evan?
I think the point got across.
You've installed a fear in me now. You've thrown 3 eggs at me.
Yeah. It's what is that called again when you train a dog to
Pavlov's
Pavlov.
rule.
Pavlov's dog, Peter. You just got Pavlov dog, boy. You're a good boy though.
I'm so I've so many mixed emotions right now.
I'm gonna ring the bell. See if he salivates.
Why do any of our viewers watch this?
I don't know.
What am I gonna title this podcast?
Economics.
I would just call
Economics
it.
101.
I would
Yeah.
just call it fuckery.
The failed podcast.
That's actually a funny title.
After the week of failed streams,
You know what? Does time exist?
Oh
Nope.
my god.
No, I'm not getting into this.
it doesn't
We already chose Wi-Fi over watches, so that question doesn't matter.
exactly.
You guys hear that Brazil got rid of their daylight savings time and everyone's pissed?
Oh,
about it?
really?
Why?
Because now at 1
See,
in the
that's why
morning
time
the sun
doesn't
is still
exist.
up.
I'm sorry. What?
Yeah. And, like everything
sucks.
everything's all fucked for them. So like they got
Brazil?
Yeah, they got rid of the daylight savings.
Brazil's like
so
right
now
on the equator,
so now
isn't it?
so now in the middle
No,
of the
it's
night
below it.
No.
now in the middle of the
But
night
it's still
the
pretty
sun
close,
is still up.
isn't it? Okay, but the most southern point of South America is still like northern Alberta, like in comparison to the hemisphere.
No.
You know?
No, it is not.
What?
Yeah, dude.
No, it is not.
Oh.
I'm confused by what you said.
He's saying that if you take like the ratio of, to northern Alberta from the equator, it's the same thing down the other way.
I don't think it is.
I think Brazil's pretty
I'm pretty sure it's quite a bit lower.
So I guess Brazil used to like change their clocks every few months,
Yeah.
Oh, maybe that's why.
and then they just stopped doing it altogether.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, I think Brazil's a good bit closer to the equator than we are.
No more fighting tonight, Insomniac.
Why would the sun stay up in the middle of the night now? Then?
Because it's not tired. It doesn't
You
want to go to
hate
bed.
Switzerland, dude.
Look where Brazil is. Brazil is not down here.
Can you show the camera?
That's just a picture of Brazil. It's not a picture of the world. You're bashing your screen with your ring.
Look at this picture.
Pull up, Peter. Pull
Brazil's
up.
near the top.
What do you want me to pull up? Brazil?
Brazil.
map of the world, Peter.
We're going from economy to geography with Professor Mazer.
That one will do.
And you want here? I'll let you pick. Okay.
That's a personal bias. You can't choose the map.
Oh.
Oh.
Okay, get a bigger one. Peter.
Okay, you told me to pick that picture.
This is good. Just put it on the main screen.
Hey, Eric, remember at the beginning of this podcast, before we even started, you're like, I'm going to hate this, aren't I?
No, I know. So you want a different picture?
What's wrong with that picture?
It has no equator.
We can imagine.
Why don't you just go time zone map?
No, we're not talking about time zones.
It.
Because it doesn't exist.
Okay, that's a good one. Do that one. Jesus.
Okay, boss.
All right.
So what'd you say?
Okay, it can. Okay, viewers, you can see the mouse, or no? It's over here, right?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so here is Brazil.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, this says Brazil.
So here is
you
the
can
bottom
zoom
of
in.
Brazil. Okay.
Yep.
So look at that. What is that? Okay, so let's do that on this side of the equator. Where does that end up? Fucking Mexico! I'm sorry, but does the sun up in the middle of the night in Mexico, Jarrod? Is it up in the middle of the night in Mexico? No, it isn't.
that wasn't my argument.
You're like. And look at the southern tip. Look at the southern tip of South.
I just said it
Look
was
at it.
south of the
Look at it.
equator.
Look at us here. It's right there. It's 2 ticks away. Where's 2 ticks away here? Hudson's Bay, man. Do you know? Look at us. Look at the Hudson's Bay. And look, guess what? Guess what's exactly in line with Hudson's Bay? Northern Alberta.
I like how you went to the point of Hudson's Bay and then you dropped an inch and like, look what it's in line with.
1, 2, Alberta.
Look how far Australia
One,
is. That's where Jack's going.
2. Look, they're the same thing. Look at it, Jarrod.
How can you argue with facts, Evan?
I'm so confused with what your
You're
argument
just
is on.
screaming at a map. I'm telling you, the people who live in Brazil are living in constant daylight.
They couldn't possibly live in constant daylight.
Are you calling everyone in Brazil a liar?
I'm saying the sun never stays up during the whole day in Brazil. It would be impossible.
Evan,
Yeah.
your rage has defocused the camera.
Didn't it? Wasn't the argument that it only stays up till 1 a.m.?
Like it stays up. It's way up. It's the sun is still shining. Way, like they got like 5 hours of night. Like it's a really small
Does
window.
Mexico have 5 hours of night?
I don't know. I only know about Brazil.
This is like the 3rd time Eric has died on this podcast.
Eric loses a bit of his soul every podcast.
Except now it's times 3 today. We're not going to see Eric for a month.
The longest day of the year is 13 hours and 24 seconds long, which means
24
that
seconds.
the night is the other 11 hours and 36 minutes.
Actually, it'd be
That
10
is
hours. It'd
not
be 10 hours and 36 minutes.
Hours of night.
It'd be 10 hours and 36 minutes. You made it a 25-hour
I
clock.
don't care. The point still 10 hours and 36 minutes.
Is that before daylight savings? Where they got rid of that?
See, I have the facts on my side. We looked at a map.
You streamed at a map.
You two still think you won the argument.
I mean, you're arguing with yourself at this point.
And Eric's 10 again.
Eric, what do you want to talk about?
You know, Insomniac predicted this. He was like, equator fight, round 2 of fighting. And then look what happened. Like, I was like, no, there's no more fun. Like, there's talking about the equator. Evan came over, and then, oh my god.
Listen, man, I don't mess around with the equator. I don't. It's
I
scary.
didn't realize you had such a close connection with the equator.
I've never been, but
Okay, yeah.
That's like
That's a statement, all right. I've always wanted to go to the equator. Number one vacation hotspot.
it is, man. You get a lot of sunlight down there. It's warm. It's like going to West Edmonton.
Brazil
Water
eliminated daylight savings time. Now it's light out before 5 a.m. and people aren't happy.
Park. Well, I don't know what they're doing with their clocks down there, but as far as the actual time of the day, it is not that.
I'm gonna shift my clock so that it's the perfect lighting for me.
Jarrod, I think you should call this podcast "Canadian Solves Brazil Daylight Savings Crisis." Because, like you said, he pulled up a map. Like,
It's like I go to Brazil, and it's like I walk into a bar and these two guys are having a drink and they're just like, man, I really hate that. Like, it's, you know, it's daylight at 3 a.m. now. Like, it's ridiculous. I'm like, excuse me, what are you talking about? And like, well, you know, since daylight savings time, I'm like, you're too close to the equator, man. It's impossible. It's impossible. You know what time it actually is? It's freaking 12 o'clock. You're just. You
can you imagine some man just telling you that your time's off? Like it's like on your phone, you're like, no, that's wrong. It's 12 o'clock. Like, I don't know what you're fucking going on about.
Some
but
foreign
like,
tourist wanders into your home, a place where you've lived all your life.
changes your clock.
This is wrong. You've been doing it wrong.
That's it. I'm raising funds to go
I
save Brazil's
I should have gone to
crisis.
Australia and I should have just kept my clock where it was for Canada and just been like, no, you're wrong. This is what time it is.
what is wrong with people here? Like,
Why is it so bright at 3 a.m?
Maybe Jack can do that when he goes to Australia, and then Matt will finally feel like Jack's journey there was interesting.
Oh my god.
you know, I think that's about the normal time we end the podcast.
We
What?
just
Did we argue at the equator for half an hour?
Yeah, we first had the first argument, whatever. I don't even remember what that was about anymore. And now we have this catastrophe.
Eric, what do you want to talk about before we end the podcast? Do you want to talk about Temtem?
We already talked about it, Evan, remember?
we even had the Fallout thing open and we didn't talk.
I tried.
How about the Birds of Prey movie?
What about it?
It exists.
Yeah.
What time is it at, Peter?
We're at like an hour and 3 with the intro.
Wow, we really did run. Oh no, we got like 10 minutes, Peter.
No, the intro was like 5 minutes at most.
Okay, Eric, what do you want to talk about?
It doesn't matter, man. I have nothing to
You
talk
want
about.
to talk about some movies coming up? You know, like
I got
TV shows.
It's like you're.
We abused him today. I am just trying to.
We.
You dug yourself a hole, and this is him trying to get back out of it.
I'm sorry, but when I see an out of control fire, I don't dump gasoline on it like these two guys.
Evan just starts trying to pee on it, and he's like, "I'm a fireman."
I am mad.
Like Peter's trying to put me out with a freaking water pistol. You think that's gonna do anything, Peter?
It was effective for a little bit, but the fire it started back up just like that.
Oh my god.
I hate water, which means I hate rocks.
I hate sand.
Hey, Dusty, you
I
missed
love this podcast.
you missed a hell of a podcast.
It's rough
today.
and coarse and it gets everywhere.
Holy
Sure
shit.
does.
This is where the fun begins.
At the end?
No.
Insomniac says, we see Evan sees an equator being misrepresented. He white knights that shit.
Put a fedora on.
Name the last person that defended the equator.
Probably the one who defined the equator.
Yeah, that was years ago. At least 2.
Evan is the hero we need.
But not the one we want.
Well,
I guess if Erik doesn't want to talk about anything, this is your chance. This is your chance to be vocal.
Nothing exciting happens until March, so
What happened? What's coming up in March?
the games.
I feel like Matt right now. He always does that. It's like, what do you want to talk about? He's like, what's coming up in March?
We need to have
20 minutes
Peter.
talking
We
about
do need to
Pokemon.
instill a 5-minute debate timer that we use.
I sprayed.
That is not.
You think a timer's gonna work?
Yeah,
That works on cats, and it doesn't work on Evan.
Cats are nature's most efficient hunter.
That's true.
That is a fact that we will end the podcast on.
If you guys like this podcast, make sure to like, subscribe, follow.
I'm
check us out.
disliking and I'm subscribing as soon as I get home.
And tell
Follow
us-
our Discord.
Yeah, and tell us what you learned in this podcast.
The equator's wrong.
The economy and the equator. Evan's 2 E's.
Evan's economy and equator discussion.
His
Evan
own
argues-
like
His
corner
TED
talk
Talk.
show.
Triple E, the Triple E podcast.
Oh.
Evan, equators, and economy. Welcome. Today we're talking about the economy at the equator.
Is it booming? Is it dropping? Who knows? Are they seeing all day or are they all night? How does it affect the economy?
How long could you go on?
You decide.
Check out the new episode this Wednesday, the day of the week with the most ease.
Watch our top 10 decade
Yeah, do that.
video.
If you want to hear more opinions from Evan.
Yeah.
There
On
will
that
be a
note.
funny behind the scenes video coming out for that in the next couple of weeks.
Very nice, very nice. Okay, everyone. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Go to your
Bye.
bank accounts.